The bell has sounded. Ladies and gentlemen, we are into second match here at Halloween Heat. Oh my goodness, and what a way to start off that second match as the debuting Simon Miller comes into SoCal Pro, ready to put boots and to work to Anthony Idol.
Master of ups and downs, Anthony Idol is up and Simon Miller takes him down.
Simon Miller, definitely a grappler-style wrestler, somebody who is very familiar with the route of old-school Greco-Roman type wrestling, collegiate-type wrestling, as Simon Miller is not one to play with. This is definitely going to be a unique challenge for the Neon Phenomenon.
Speaking of college, dude, Anthony Idol, no slouch either. All-American in college, dude. All-American football player, two-time conference champion. This is going to be a hard-hitting competition, just like Anthony's head hit hard on that mat.
I see what you did there. As Simon Miller, definitely a crowd favorite. Is he more popular than Anthony Idol, the Neon Phenomenon? That remains to be seen as he goes in for a cover early. Only a count of two, as the Neon Phenomenon definitely can't get put away that quickly in this contest.
Early count of two, but that two was not very long. It is going to take a lot more to bring down either one of these massive dudes.
And what do you say the strategy would be here for these two massive individuals?
I'll tell you my strategy if I'm in the ring, run. That's my strategy.
Absolutely, I would definitely recommend you do that. If by some chance you are not able to get around running away, both men are probably going to attempt to take the other, oh my goodness, probably take the others down by the legs first if I were them. Chop down that tree, the bigger they are, the harder their falls. Anthony Idol doesn't even look fazed by that. As a matter of fact, he looks kind of angry. Simon Miller may want to turn around. Oh my goodness!
Those chops from Anthony Idol are infamous, dude. I've been on the receiving end, and it feels like a heart attack every time that hand hits your chest.
Idol is a definite powerhouse here at SoCal Pro. I'd like to brag and say is homegrown, but that's not true. Anthony Idol even started training long before he was here in San Diego, started training up at UPW with some of the older school people that have already been out to the big shows. Big power slam by Anthony Idol. Down goes Miller. And up goes Idol. Can he capitalize on this?
This is vintage Idol, dude. Off the second rope. And that is not a good strategy if you want to win your match, having those knuckles bounce off the cranium.
As Simon Miller in an unfavorable position, Anthony Idol now with the side headlock, dominating this match as of right now. But again, I say as of right now, both of these men, very talented, very strong, very athletic, an incredible amount of abilities between them two. You got to figure, in this ring right now, we have probably just shy of about 600 pounds.
That is a lot of pounds. That's over 500 pounds, my dude.
You know what? I'm surprised you won a mathematician. I don't know why you got into wrestling. Here's Anthony Idol now with the hammerlock to Simon Miller. Interesting strategy, taking apart the arm, back to the head. This is definitely something that Anthony Idol is known for. He picks body parts. He wears them down. He doesn't necessarily just slam you all around. He literally will squeeze the blood out of the extremities before he punishes you to the point where Anthony Idol is going to take advantage with a pinfall.
And that's the scary thing, my dude. Not only is Idol a powerhouse, he's a downright genius of the ring. Power, smarts, some would say he's got it all.
250 plus pounds is Simon Miller as Anthony Idol chucks him over his head like he's yesterday's garbage. Simon Miller may not even know where he is at this point.
California. Trying to help.
You know what, if you just said hi, I think he'd probably know. Snap mare by Anthony Idol now. What's going to happen here as Anthony Idol hits the ropes? Big boot perhaps to the shoulders of Simon Miller. Can you tell my voice is a little bit hoarse from the last match? This is just 2 matches in, Charlie.
I'd say mild pony at best, not full horse.
Thank you very much. As Simon Miller presents that jawbreaker, Anthony Idol now down.
But as you mentioned, he's been targeting that shoulder, targeting that rotator cuff. It's hard to lift. How big is Idol? If Simon Miller's 250 pounds, got to be in that range. Hard to lift that above your head.
Anthony Idol just over 300 pounds. And just as you say that, 1, 2, maybe And nope, just a count of 2 as Simon Miller picks him up like yesterday's garbage. Both men extraordinarily powerful here. This is like watching 2 gigantic redwoods go out to battle. You don't even know, how would you even call something like this?
I believe kaiju is the proper term when you see 2 giant monsters in the ring fighting.
Anthony Idol now being worked back to the corner. Big right hands by Simon Miller. That's the 3rd one in a row as Anthony Idol doesn't seem to be budging yet. Nevertheless, is definitely being taken a toll on. Anthony Idol goes to the up and over. Simon Miller nowhere to be found. Anthony Idol now catching him with a big elbow to the face. Shooting into the ropes, missing that big boot. Simon Miller comes in. Big, gigantic shoulder tackle. And both men are clearly exhausted at this point. You could say all you want to, you could be big and strong, but that you definitely sacrifice a lot of conditioning with that amount of strength.
Big, strong, and at the end of the day, still human, still have a limit. And I have a feeling these 2 competitors are gonna find that limit.
Simon Miller now looking for the support. He's asking the crowd if he wants to see him go up to the top turnbuckle. I'm not sure if this is a very sound strategy by Simon Miller.
You're asking why? I have a feeling Simon Miller's gonna tell you why.
Simon Miller now, big shoulder tackle. That makes a lot of sense. Anthony Idol now folded up like a lawn chair. I'm not sure if I've never seen anybody do that to Idol before.
Idol's been around over a decade and I've never seen that before.
Only a count of 2. Nevertheless, the Neon Phenomenon has a heart of gold. This man has been through it all. He has been at SoCal Pro for the better half of probably, at this point, I'd say 15 years. This man has gone through championships. He's gone through stables. He has gone through an egregious amount of training. You have never seen anybody as strong or have more heart than the Neon Phenomenon. He is not easy to put down, but it says a lot about Simon Miller's ability to come in here and dominate this match as he has been doing. Big elbow now to the gut. Simon Miller continuing to dominate here with a 1, 2, only a count of 2, Charlie.
And just like you said, domination, which is not where Anthony Idol is used to being. He's used to being on the other side of domination. He's used to being in control of the match. And it truly seems like the turns have tabled for Anthony Idol.
All right, so as Anthony Idol is continuing to try to catch up with Simon Miller. Simon Miller, perhaps not the crowd favorite anymore. You could hear this smattering of boos from the audience. Now it's fine to come in here with an incredible heart and intention, but when you go off and you literally make fun of one of their biggest heroes, well, you're in for a lot of a wake-up call from these SoCal Pro passionate fans.
You can have the social media following, you can have the internet presence that Simon Miller has, but even if you're coming from over the pond, dude, you don't mess with the hometown hero, you don't mess with the homegrown favorite.
Homegrown indeed is, there it is, improving a point. As Anthony Idol comes back, Faust of Fire, look at the anger, look at the determination on his eyes. He might even be busted open here. Anthony Idol is more intense as eyes I've ever seen him. Pushing back Simon Miller. Big spine buster, down goes Simon Miller. And a master of the ups and downs. You best believe that Simon Miller better find his way back up, and he better find it soon, as the Neon Phenomenon may take advantage and win this contest at SoCal Pro.
Anthony Idol may have caught a shot earlier. It looks like the blood's coming from his nose. Nobody makes Anthony Idol bleed his own blood. It's only going to fuel him more.
Anthony Idol now taking advantage of Simon Miller, but no, Simon Miller comes back with a big belly to back, down to the cover. 1, 2,
and a half.
Only a count of 2, and this speaks volumes for Simon Miller, who has been taking a lot of punishment in the recent moments of this match, yet still able to find all this energy, foster up all this courage to come out after Anthony Idol. He bounces up and down, getting ready to put it to work.
Second rope. Once again, it worked once, it worked twice. If what's working is working, I don't see why you should change, my dude.
Simon Miller is somebody who is definitely methodical in this ring, and certainly not necessarily afraid to to have some fun with the audience. He's telling everybody you want to see him go up. This might be a bad predicament for Anthony Idol.
Master of ups.
He goes. No, Anthony Idol tackles down with a big counter. Punch, punch. We've seen this before as we see shades of Dusty Rhodes. And down goes Simon Miller.
Those hips don't lie and they only spell pain.
This could be it here. The final arrow. Here it is. 1, 2, 3. He got him.
Here is your winner, Anthony Idol!
And let's take a look back one more time at this huge Idol driver by Anthony Idol. Simon Miller, master of ups and downs, but it was he who went up and it was he who went down this evening at SoCal Pro Wrestling Halloween Heat. The offer of respect from Anthony Idol, offering the handshake of friendship to Simon Miller. To which he accepts. True sportsman here at SoCal Pro Wrestling, and the fans love it. That's what this industry is all about. It's not just the gold. It's not just the records. It's sending the fans home happy, dude. Without them, we're just a bunch of sweaty dudes in a squared circle.